rolling?
Yeah.
Alright, hi YouTube. This is Ash from the Intercollegiate UCR team, the MTG club. I was on Eldlich. I got second place. Don't ask me my record, please.
All you need to know is there was an FTK that happened, and that's all you need to know.
It was rigged against me from the start. Everybody hates me. I'm a poor little man. Let's just start with the deck list. So for monsters, we're running 3 Golden Lord. We're running 3 instead of 2 because there's a lot of graveyard hate this format. So unfortunately, you may brick more off of the 3 Golden Lord, but it's better to brick than to never have Golden Lord.
Yeah. How many times did this card get banished for you? Like a lot?
At least once a match, I'd say.
Okay, yeah. With all the Bastials and
yeah, DD Crow,
called by. Yeah.
I actually saw called by more than I saw Bastials.
Which is fair, because at the event, Bastials were kind of garbage.
Yeah. 3 Fenrir. I'd say you need this card. The thing about Fenrir, if you don't draw into your Eldlich portion, you could just play Fenrir Control. And then 1 Ash Blossom. This was a bad insert. Don't play this. Even if you're like, oh, I can make a level 8 synchro off of my continuous traps. No, you can't.
You could, but you never do it.
Yeah, because you need to normal summon this. You cannot.
No.
I mean, I guess you could Sanguine it on your opponent's turn, but if you use Sanguine to summon it on your turn, you're locked into zombies, and you're not running any zombie monsters in your extra deck because all of the zombie synchros are bad.
Yeah, I agree. From a zombie player here, that is true. The zombies are pretty bad.
Time for spells.
Yep.
Oops. 3 Pot of Extravagance, 2 Outland. I feel this is really self-explanatory. It's just consistency.
Yeah.
On to the
biggest
fun
portion of the deck. Yeah. Fun.
Starting with the Eldlich package, 3 Sanguine, 3 Conch, 2 Hawk. This is standard ratios. I'd probably put in a 3rd Hawk over the Ash.
Hawk seems really good this format.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's just that we didn't see many graveyard decks at the Intercollegiate, so
yeah, shame.
Now on to generic traps. 2 IDP. I used this against the Morphtronic player. It didn't really do much because I was going to win that game anyway because I was going first. 2 Punishment. I don't know why I was on 2. I feel like 3 would be much better.
Did you like the card?
Yeah, I love the card. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm glad we put it in last minute.
It seems like a pretty insane card, yeah.
And then the real MVP, 3 Daruma Cannon.
This card is crazy.
This kept me from dying so many times. It broke so many boards. Play this in your main deck if you are playing Eldlich. Do not play Eldlich though.
This resets your continuous traps. Like,
yes.
It does so much for the deck.
Yes.
It outs interrupt. It outs towers.
It outs towers. It outs link monsters.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yes. And now, for the real fun, the Floodgates.
Of course.
I don't think I need to explain what these do for me.
2 Goza.
2 summon.
2 summon. 3 rivalry.
And then the not Floodgate, but I had nowhere else to put it because it's a counter trap instead of a regular trap strike.
Out of all of these Floodgates, which one did you like the least this weekend? Which one did you like the most?
I definitely like these 2 the most. And
so, Rivalry and Skill Drain.
Yeah, these are very standard. You always want these at 3. The one I liked the least was Gozen.
Yeah.
Because while a lot of decks can't play around it, you always side it out against decks like Tear Lament.
Also, a lot of decks are maining this themselves.
Yeah.
Which was kind of awkward. So, like, yeah, I could definitely see this being the worst one.
Yeah.
And how did Strike perform
Strike
for
was
you?
awesome. Yeah, I don't know why I wasn't on that sooner.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Yeah. You don't need to stop their summons if you just stop their effects.
That is true. That is
Now, for the extra deck, we got IDP, not IDP, the punishment targets, 1 Garura, 3 Natis, 1 Mirologic Aggregator.
Oh, this is a card that...
Yeah, this one, when it's sent to the graveyard, it negates. So it basically turns punishment into a pop and a negate instead of a pop draw.
It's kind of a good card. It's like you just get an extra imperm.
Also Omega, it gets cards out of the grave. It's not that good because it's not the grave effect isn't a quick effect, but still usable. I actually summoned this one match, and it won me the game. It was really funny when it happened.
That is really funny.
And now the generic synchros for the Ash Blossom: 1 Scarlight, 1 Chengying, and 1 Baron de Flor. I never made any of these.
Scarlet is interesting because it can help you win in time. Yeah.
And then generic Link monsters.
Lina, Nightmare Access Code.
Yeah. And then the standard Eldlich Xyz lineup. Gustav Max wins you in time, or it burns for 2k. You could OTK, wins in time.
Yeah.
This Lieb, it is an OTK because detach, bump it up to 6k, and you can attack 3 times, I believe. And then if your opponent somehow isn't dead, you go into Zeus.
No, Zeus is a good card. Out of everything in your extra deck, what cards do you think you would cut if you were to play this deck again in this format?
Well, first, I wouldn't play this deck again in this format.
Okay. Fair.
I literally never went into this because your only 7 is Fenrir.
Yeah.
And if you have Fenrir on board, you generally want to keep it. So I'd cut these 2, and I'd cut access code because it's just hard to make.
I think access code is keepable, just in case you needed to do this whole line to OTK. It happens sometimes, very rarely. So I would maybe keep the access code. I do think these are
it's just so much has to go right. You need to be against a light deck in order to go into Lina. You have to have a 4th monster, and just have a 4th monster and be against a light deck to go into Lina. It's just doesn't come up a lot. And in fact, it came up 0 times.
That's crazy. All right. Side deck?
Yes, onto the side deck. 3 Spooky Dogwood, LOL, Lamau.
Good card.
Yeah.
I didn't play it because I think that's
3 Evenly.
Kind of regret it.
Obviously,
it's a trap deck. It plays evenly.
especially in this format, you need board breakers.
You do. You absolutely need board breakers, and evenly is very devastating.
3 Anti-Spell. While I do like this card, it doesn't really hurt Tier or Sprite that much. But I did go against Draco Slayer, so I guess it was fine.
Okay.
3 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah, it's in tournament it never really did much. It's more of like a negation absorber, but still. And then 3 Judgment. I would not put this in my side again because most of the time when you start siding, you should expect to go into time because you are going to stall, and you do not want to be paying half your life points most of the time.
To be fair, I think this card is a really good side deck card. Sorry.
Yeah,
if you're going like for game 2, I think this card is really insane.
yeah, it's all right for game 2. It's just
Would you play in the main deck in the future, or
No.
would you just cut it entirely?
I'd cut it entirely personally, but Karan would probably tell me otherwise, and I would be like, yes, Karan, you know best, Karan. Yeah, that's it.
That's the deck list. Any shout outs? Any other thoughts about the deck that you want to give us?
When I say don't play this deck, I am being serious. Do not play Eldlich this format. Do not play Eldlich and future formats. Play Runic Sprite. Like, just take your time instead of, working a job to pay for this deck. Just take your time labbing Runic Sprite. I wish I learned that instead, honestly.
Any shout outs?
Oh yeah, TCG.
Yeah, shout out to our sponsor, TCG, Top Choice Gaming, great card shop located in Colton, California. Yeah.